life.
Yeah. Bullet cast. What's going on? Stacy. This elite podcast in here. Ain't nobody better. Look. Yeah. Listen to us every time we live in the side. When you turn it on, it's just defining the mind. If you feel it.
Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You know the name, you know the voice, you know exactly why I'm here. Just in case if you don't, I'm a 27-year-old piece of gold, the Messiah of the microphone, and the greatest sports recreational podcaster in the world today. I am joined by the current reigning and defending Bulletcast podcast champion, the Canadian Destroyer, BT Brandon 10 Gruma. Brandon, it's Thursday. How you doing, baby?
Doing fantastic. We're back. Katie's not here, unfortunately, but we have a substitute. We have, someone who occasionally pops his head in and out. Yes. We have Mr. Brian Tronick in the house.
The third man.
That's right, the third man. He's the third man. I'm here, and I just want to say that, listen.
He's here to stay.
Cast, the real Bulletcast heavyweight champion.
Never. Whoa.
Well, actually, that title belongs to Alpha Zoe.
Listen, Alpha Zoe, Alpha, Zozo.
I don't.
Your boys, the Tron Day. Okay, yeah, Tron Day. No, that's
you don't want none of Zoe, bro. you don't want any of that. I'm trying to spare your life.
Y'all be seeing them, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I can get some muscles too. I can get yoked up, you know what I'm saying? Solid.
Get a little tone.
Get a little tone.
I'll be you'll be Tony Tone. Okay.
I'm eating the halls right now. I am the Bulletcast heavyweight champion.
Okay, all right. Let's see. Well,
Universal heavyweight champion.
So in line for WrestleMania. Oh my God, there's Cindy. Hello, Cindy.
The best Cindy the Bulletcast has ever seen.
That's right. She's in the frame.
We don't even get a hi. Damn.
Oh, she's like all over.
She's on mom duty.
She's in mom mode.
Yeah,
we understand.
She's definitely mom mode.
Yes. Let's talk about the week that was. First up, the Kenny K interview finally dropped. Brandon, what'd you think?
Well, Philip, I definitely did watch it. I didn't watch it. I listened to it. Fantastic interview, to be honest. Did not know who Kenny K was, so it was fun to listen to him. A German immigrant, so that was interesting. One bad note is you did not ask the hot tub time machine question. I'll let it slide, but if you guys haven't, definitely go check it out.
I'd be forgetting, my memory as of late.
You remember to answer all your quick timey questions, but then I have one that you should just put it on the list, put it right next to all those, and then you. Well,
I have some interviews coming up, so I'll throw it on one of them. We'll see. Brian, have you checked this out yet? No. Yes.
Okay, so listen, I'm gonna check it out when we're done with this. I was going to, but I was on dad duty.
You were on daddy duty. Daddy duty. No, Kenny K's great, man. The last spine bender, I love him. Currently one half of the Ugwa Tag champs and defending the PPW cruiserweight title Friday night in Petaluma against Midas Creed, who is of recent Dark Elevation fame. Shout out Midas. But let's go into SmackDown. Cody and Sammy attack the Usos. This is heating up, man. Cody's sticking his nose in bloodline business. Brian, should the American Nightmare be sticking his nose in bloodline business?
Absolutely.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. Yeah, you ain't scared around here. Okay. Listen, the Codyites, all right, are right behind Cody. Did you like that?
the American the Nightmarians.
Oh, the Nightmarians and the Codyites. Okay, we are ready for the bloodline. I seen someone on Twitter call the bloodline the blood lame.
Who did that? Who
would
dare?
I will tag you in the thread. It is people just trashing the bloodline.
Absolutely
it's quite funny.
That's
I was like, listen, that's
unacceptable.
Listen, I acknowledge the tribal chief. Okay, I am a Codyite, but I do acknowledge the tribal chief. I think Cody sticking his nose in bloodline business is proper. he's supposed to do that. He's the challenger, he's got to make friends, right? I mean, it's not like he can bring his friends backstage without anybody making a big old deal about it, right?
Yeah, the Ricky Stark surveillance cam. Yeah, I mean, well, this is the whole Cody and Sammy thing is like, it's like back in the day, the two probably biggest baby faces on the roster coming together to defeat a common enemy and the biggest bad guy. That's what this is. And I mean, I don't know if they're. Well, we have a fan mail about Cody. We'll talk more about like him and Roman once we get to that. Drew and Sheamus both win the fatal 5-way for number one contendership for Gunther's Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. Gunther has apparently refused to compete in a triple threat, so I think this Friday, tomorrow, Drew versus Sheamus one-on-one winner faces Gunther.
It's been reported it seems like forever that we're gonna get the triple threat now. We'll see exactly what they do, because both Drew and Sheamus, if you want to give out participation trophies, definitely deserve to be on WrestleMania. It should be a really fun match with Gunther, but it should be a really fun match. And personally, I would much rather be a one-on-one. So, and then maybe with the dynamic at, Drew, Sheamus has come along as a babyface, so I'm fine with either or, but I would not be shocked if we get like another double DQ, double count out type smallish finish.
Yeah, I seen the reports a couple days ago about Drew McIntyre have been, and him working under the weather, injury here, injury there. And, I guess that to me, it's just like, okay, maybe they're not committing to the triple threat because they're just trying to wait and see if Drew is going to be up for it. Maybe it's just a day-to-day thing. But which is why, because I was kind of confused as to why, because when they did the whole double count thing and they both won the match, I was like, oh, okay, easy, triple threat. The fans are chanting, everybody wants it. This is it. But then when they announced that they're going to be going one-on-one this week, I was like, oh, all right. So maybe it won't be a triple threat. But like you said, Brandon, it very much so could still be a triple threat. They can just, run into each other or knock the referee out or, I don't know, something. But either way, I'm down with either Sheamus versus Gunther or a triple threat at WrestleMania.
Yeah, yes, these are things that might possibly happen. We have to wait and see, as always. Rey Mysterio, the GOAT, the greatest luchador of all time. It was the first inductee announced for the 2023 Hall of Fame. Who better? Who? I mean, congratulations to Rey. He's done so much in his career. And, he was confronted by Dominic in the Judgment Day, and Dominic finally said he wishes he was Eddie's son, which is, kind of what I've been waiting for since, Dominic turned. So, I mean, we have to be getting Dominic versus Rey, right? Like, is this one of the cases where Rey, like, he gets inducted, then he has the match, loses, and he's done? Or is this one where he just gets inducted and just keeps going?
It'd be interesting because the only comp would be like Ric Flair, but we kind of knew Ric Flair was on his way out when he was inducted that WrestleMania weekend. So there's been no tease of Rey Mysterio retiring. Now it's a family storyline. Maybe it's like, oh, I can't wrestle you, and if I lose, then I retire, which would be kind of a weird aspect to go down. But I think we're definitely going to get the Rey Dominic match at WrestleMania, as we saw, on SmackDown and on Raw. So I don't know. I think Rey, since he'll be the exception, I think he'll keep on going. And this also kind of shows the limited number of true headliners that they have. Now, I would say Rey maybe is a little step down from kind of the other top tier headliners they've had in the past, but
wow, he's one of the greatest baby faces.
I'm not saying he's not deserving, but we had the Undertaker.
We don't even know if he's the headliner. I mean, what about Batista? It's L.A. He's a star in Hollywood. But we don't even.
Batista's a busy man.
Batista is a busy man. Yes.
Shout out Rey Mysterio, greatest American luchador of all time.
Just the greatest luchador of all time. Just the greatest luchador of all time.
I think.
You have any thoughts, Brian?
Yeah, I think the Hall of Fame. It was cool. I think it's cool. But you know what? I think it's even better that he is active and he's got an active storyline heading into WrestleMania, because I think it's no secret. It's a no-brainer. to have Dominic involved in attacking Rey Mysterio during the induction, which I would think be happening 2 nights before their match. Because if they're gonna wrestle at WrestleMania, I would assume their match is gonna be on night 2 as opposed to night 1. So, excuse me. Yeah, I think it lines up perfect. Honestly, I think that they should start doing stuff like this a little more.
So I feel like he actually has he gets to his whole speech, sure, but then maybe Dominic can attack him, or they do something to try to keep Judgment Day out of the building for this because they, but then they find a way in. They like run up through the crowd, or something. I don't know. Are they doing the gimmick where it's in the middle again? Are they doing that?
And where?
Like, remember like the 2019 one when Brett got attacked? Like it was in the middle of the ring.
I think so.
Are they doing that? Okay.
Well, aren't they doing it like after SmackDown?
Right after SmackDown.
Right after Smack. Yeah, so that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm excited.
So they'll probably already be there.
Yes. Judgment Day, they defeated the Legado del Fantasma. Legado del Fantasma have all, I guess, turned into faces. I'm excited. No, I like Santos. I like Santos Escobar. Like their theme song. It's fitting. I wish they'd gotten kind of a pop, but we got to build them. We got to build them a little bit, But hey, I'm excited. People have been talking about like Ray chooses like Santos to face Dominic, and I'm like, no, it has to be Ray.
It's like Shawn Michaels choosing Johnny Gargano.
Well, that's actually a different story because Ray is still active. That's a completely different story. Mania Madness, guys.
Oh, we're still doing that?
Yes.
Oh, so March Madness is actually officially underway. So let's get in to Mania Madness now. We got the Elite 8, right? No, 16. 1, 8. I'm not good at math. I don't know. No, we got the other side we got to do. I can figure this out. I got this. All right. So anyways, let's go to the other side of the bracket where we got WrestleMania 35, Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar, if you don't want to be last, you're first, taking on Shawn's first singles WrestleMania of all time. Shawn Michaels taking on Tito Santana.
Wow.
I'm trying to remember. So it was kind of a shock because Brock didn't really lose at that time, and just the way it happened, you were like, oh, okay, Seth got him.
Was that the beginning? It was real quick.
That was the first match of WrestleMania 35.
First match of 35.
It was like three repeated curb stomps, and then he beat him.
That's
yeah, Brian, you haven't been here in a while. All these are going to be WrestleMania opening matches.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think we can go Seth Brock, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds about right. Now, let's move on over. WrestleMania 30. Daniel Bryan against Triple H. Obviously, if he wins, he moves on. If he loses, you go home, taking on John Cena's first ever WrestleMania match. Cena versus The Big Show.
For the U.S. title, right? Yeah.
For the U.S. title.
WrestleMania 20.
I got to go with Bryan Triple H. It is a better match. Historically, we might think of Bryan's win a little bit more, but I will say the Bryan Triple H match was better than the Triple Threat itself. And it didn't have the cloud of the Undertaker streak hovering over it.
Mm-hmm.
But it made 70,000 plus pop at the end of the night.
But if you still go back, I even remember how I felt at the time. It was like, I was happy for Bryan because, I was the biggest Bryan mark in the world. It's still the streak losing did put a damper on that show.
It did. It did. I mean, yeah, I do often go back and watch that opener. It was Bryan and Hunter. It was very good. It was one of Hunter's last true great performances. So I think that's where I'm gonna go. Bryan, you have anything?
I agree with that.
Okay.
All right, then we got another Seth Rollins match. This one is for the United States Championship, I believe. Seth Rollins, Miz, and Finn Balor.
That was the Intercontinental title.
Intercontinental Championship. I apologize. WrestleMania 34, taking on WrestleMania 17 or X7. I know people like to debate about that. Jericho taking on Lord William Regal, a technical wizardry up against a more modern day, fast paced spot fest, one might call it.
Brian, what are you going with?
I'm gonna go with the IC title match.
Okay.
I love the blue contacts
Yeah,
that Seth had.
I was thinking about that. Just the aesthetic won me over.
Finn had the what was it, Balor Club for everyone?
Yeah, kind of like the pride thing. Yeah,
that was tight.
That was cool.
All right, I guess we're going with that triple threat, and we're seeing a theme here. We have WrestleMania 35 moving on, WrestleMania 34. Now we got WrestleMania 33. AJ Styles taking on Shane McMahon up against Edge and Alberto Del Rio for the World Heavyweight Championship. We thought that was going to be Edge's last match. AJ and Shane. This might have been like Shane's last decent match in WWE. Edge and Del Rio was a good match. I need to watch these matches back, but I don't know if I'd say the crowd was like as hot and kind of into this as maybe AJ Shane, because I know the storyline going into it was kind of hit or miss. But
was this Styles' first or second WrestleMania match?
This was his second, because his first one was against Jericho when he took an L.
Gotcha.
Oh God, I mean, this was Edge, and he retired as the world champion, and you think about all that, but then you remember Shane McMahon at however old he was back then, pulling off a shooting star out of nowhere. Oh, I'm giving it to Shane and AJ. Like Shane and AJ, because it had no business being as good as it was. Basically,
yeah, it was just because it was a really good match, and I don't really like Del Rio. I never really liked Del Rio, so
nobody does.
I don't think anybody likes Del Rio.
Who does? Name them. Who? Nobody.
All right, so we're gonna go with AJ versus Shane, and so now we got the Elite Eight. We'll go through that next week, and then the week after, before WrestleMania, we'll go through the Final Four and crown a champion. So a lot of modern day ones. We have 21, 31, 37, 33, 34, 30, 35, but the oldest one and possible contender is WrestleMania 10, which Owen and Brett. So we'll get back to that next week.
Yes. About to outside of the ring, Austin, the rumors are going wild that Stone Cold Steve Austin could be facing LA Knight. Yeah. LA Knight's in the news for some other things, but yeah. Possibility? This possibility? Could this happen?
Yeah, I mean, it could. We've seen Stone Cold in the past, make the run in and hit a stunner, have some sort of promo segment similar to the League, what was it? Not League of Legends, what the hell was the name back in the day?
League of Nations.
League of Nations. League of Legends, a video game. But Stone Cold will come out, hit a stunner, blah, blah, blah. They can do the, back and forth, and my head might explode and with anger and annoyance. But it seems like WWE really wants Stone Cold there. They keep pitching him ideas, and it seems as though he just keeps shooting him down. So maybe this is finally the right idea.
Of the what? Yeah, happy 316 day, everybody.
Happy 316, everybody. Celebrate responsibly.
Could you imagine what if the podcast started 3 weeks later than it did? We'd be having episode 316 on 316. That would have been something.
Damn, should have taken some weeks off.
But we don't do that here.
Exactly.
We're one of like two podcasts that we don't miss a week. That's who we are. That's what we do.
Just like Within the Ropes.
Within the Ropes has missed a whole calendar year.
Within the Ropes is on paternity leave. Okay.
Moving on.
The baby might graduate by the time it comes back, but it's still on paternity leave.
Zaire's going to graduate college by the time Within the Ropes comes back.
I'm going to be like, hey, what's up, you guys? Within the Ropes here.
Brian's
life in the retirement home. Brian Tronic here. Got a lot more time on my hands.
Brian's going to be 60 years old. Finally, all the kids are out of the house. Unless someone comes along. God. Oh, man. All right. The Great Muta was also announced for the WWE Hall of Fame for the class of this year. Congratulations to Great Muta, former NWA champion. He's done a lot. Had his retirement matches this year, so it just makes sense.
Yeah, never competed in WWE, but yet getting this honor definitely well deserved. Very similar to Jushin Liger. Same year he retires, he gets put in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, that's how it be sometimes. AEW and GCW apparently have a little
On now, on now.
what is it?
The Great Muda is a former NWO member. All right.
Yeah, absolutely. How could we forget? GCW and AEW have a little trademark dispute going on. I posted about this. I was trying to find the thing so I could read it. What exactly was going on again?
It's all over the video game, and it's
The Fight
AEW
Forever.
Fight Forever,
game,
and
yeah.
this game should have been released like 6 months ago, but it still isn't in there. But GCW had a show however long ago that was also Fight Forever.
I found it.
And they recorded the trademark, and so Philip's going to read exactly what I just said, but in a longer version.
Yes. Game Changer Wrestling is opposing AEW's AEW Fight Forever trademark. AEW and GCW currently in settlement negotiations. GCW held an event called Fight Forever in January of 2021 as a 24-hour event with no fans in attendance to benefit and showcase indie wrestlers during the COVID-19 pandemic. GCW filed its own trademark on the name last year, a few months after AEW did the same.
I told you, it was the same exact thing I said, just longer winded.
You guys are welcome, by the way. That was
they'll figure it out. I mean,
that was great.
The game has been, I believe the game's been printed at this point, so it's like a logistical nightmare for them to not to have to change the name. So
yeah,
I can't wait for the game.
I know we're going to talk about
it. How's 2K23?
Well, let's just talk about it now. Yeah, how is it, man?
It's spectacular.
I believe it. Have you played with Cody yet?
I have not played with Cody yet.
That's the first thing I'm doing.
Listen,
I'm going to be singing the song.
I'm waiting. I've played with not everybody, but just about. Like I played with the Seth Rollins, and
you play with Rhea Ripley.
Play with Logan Paul.
Rhea Ripley, Logan Paul. I did Bad Bunny. I did Finn Balor, Austin Theory. But listen, it looks good.
Okay.
Very, very, like the visuals I feel like are just a notch up from last year.
Okay.
And the gameplay is even smoother than last year.
Really?
I haven't gotten any bugs at all, really, at all.
Have you played War Games?
I have.
Oh, wow.
It looks good. It feels good too.
Brian, I'm coming over. You have 2 controllers?
I do.
Oh, you should have. Oh, coming over. Oh, what are you doing tonight? I'm coming over. I'm coming over. I'm coming over to play some War Games. I'm coming over to be Cody. I'm gonna make him champion and all your stuff.
Huh?
Oh man,
I played Superstar Universe mode with Austin Theory, and
I saw you've been tweeting about this. Yes,
I on Legend difficulty.
Oh,
yeah.
Is he the now? Is he truly the now? Wow. Or is he the then, now, and forever?
He's momentarily.
Or is he the guy nobody cares about and they pipe in crowd noise for his matches?
He's definitely not that. And look, I'm revoking my Cena card. I'm taking off my armbands.
You're taking off the armbands?
I'm taking off my armbands and my headbands and my wristbands. I'm not wearing no Fruity Pebble shirt no more.
Dang. Have you seen guys, we have to talk about these A&E biographies. And these docuseries. We really do. We need to start talking about that. I watched the Cena Rock one. Oh my God.
Was it good? I haven't watched it.
Bro, when they point out about the writing Rock had on his wrist, and they have backstage footage of like Big Show being like, "Hey, you got some balls on you," talking to Cena. And then they show this clip after WrestleMania 28, and Cena's talking to Rock. He's like, "Yeah, I know I'm weird about business. I couldn't let you in." Like basically letting them know, like, I had to work you for this to work the way it did. It's great, man. It's awesome. And then the China biography. Oh God.
I gotta watch it, man.
You feel even more bad for her, man. God, it's these.
Do they talk about how Triple H cheated behind her back and how that kind of just ruined the rest of her career?
Well,
did they?
Well,
no, they didn't.
They talk about how China had her suspicions and things like that, and then how she demanded basically main event talent money, and which it kind of led to her leaving the company and then going to do some stuff in Japan and that not working out, and then dating X-Pac and, filming One Night in China.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then that.
I'll never forget when I found that film.
Oh, all right.
All right, Brian.
Okay.
I
2005 was a weird time. I get it.
Brian became a man that day.
He became a man. He was 25 years old.
I was like, what is this?
It's X-Pac in China, bro. You know what it was.
I know, but like, it was the first
time. What kind of wrestling
match
is this?
It was the first time I had seen China act that way.
She was on drugs, bro. Yeah.
No, but like, I mean, like feminine. Like, she was like.
Well, she was feminine when she was Eddie's mamacita.
She was, but she still was. She was still China. You know what I mean? And okay, when did that come out?
I was like 05.
Okay, so I wasn't that young. I was, I was a teenager. But still, like, I'm very much so like, oh my gosh, like, I didn't even know they were dating.
Yeah. Yeah, then X-Pac admits, like, there were very bad times. Yeah. They were saying like that relationship wasn't good for either of them. But it's good, man. Like X-Pac, there's a part of the doc where like I think it's like 06 or something. He drives China to a rehabilitation center, and like he didn't see her in person after that ever again.
Wow.
And then man, that's something. It is something.
I hope she gets in the Hall of Fame by herself.
Because that's what she was really talking about, like at the latter years, and they were filming like that docuseries before she died, and they showed up to the headquarters to speak to Vince and Hunter without an appointment, and that whole thing. But I mean, if she had gotten help and things went a different way, then she'd most likely still be with us, and she would have gotten the solo induction. It's unfortunate, man. AEW Collision is apparently supposed to be happening. Let me read that one. So rumor has it AEW is getting another in-ring wrestling show on a Turner property and on a Turner network. The show may be called AEW Collision since they trademarked it a while back. The show could possibly air at a classic 6:05 time slot Saturday night, a callback to NWA on TBS.
Or WCW Saturday night.
WCW Saturday night was Mage, man. I mean, that was when that's where Macho Man made his debut on WCW. You see, I'd be knowing. We don't need another.
Got a lot of television championship matches on that show.
Yeah, of course. Booker T, Jericho. I mean, the greatest. Some of the greatest. Alex Wright was a television champion, right?
He was.
What about Berlin? That's one you haven't heard in a while, huh? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
Joe Gomez.
Let's talk about Johnny B. Bad for a second.
Yes.
Did your mom always pop for Johnny B. Bad?
Yep, that was my mom's favorite.
Right, like, oh, he is fine.
I'll never forget Johnny B. Bad. Johnny B. Bad, Bash at the Beach, 1994. Oh, I forgot who he fought. I think he fought Regal.
Oh, that sounds great. I'm about to go back and check that out. Yeah, but we don't need another one, man.
It was confetti everywhere.
We don't need another show. I mean, Rampage is. They actually kind of buried Rampage on on Dynamite during the Re-Bar Mitzvah. Like there was a line that was said where basically like, oh, they basically buried the show. So we don't need to do that. Jesus. The Bella twins are no more. They've rebranded as the Garcia twins. They've kind of moved on from their life away from WWE. They've already said we're not going to AEW. So that's that.
No more Total Bellas. What am I going to do with my life?
It'll be totally Garcia.
It's okay. They'll be backstage on what's the AEW show coming up? All Access.
Probably right.
At least Brie will.
Yeah, I mean they were backstage at Revolution, so they're probably filming. They probably got filmed. We don't know. We'll see. What if? Because you think about it. Like Renee works there. Let's say the Bellas are featured on All Access, and then Saray is there now. It's basically Total Divas.
basically
Total Divas. Oh my god!
Bring in JoJo.
Bring in JoJo. Well, her man's. Let's get the Bray Wyatt news out of the way real quick. Apparently, there have been rumors that Bray has an illness that we can't be talked about. Apparently, he's upset with creative and walked out, and all these other things. And so, what's going on, Brian? What's going on?
I don't know, man. I the creative thing is the only thing that makes me believe the creative thing is because it seems like they just went right back to what his creative was before he got fired, which was Firefly Funhouse, sharing his gimmick with Alexa Bliss, and no wrestling, right? And so now, but you know, when I hear things like, oh, he is dealing with like a physical issue, right? And they didn't specify whether it was like physical, like an arm injury or an elbow or anything like that, or if it was like a physical, like he didn't get cleared for something, right? Like maybe it's something internal, like I don't know, his heart or something, for example, right? I don't know, but um, I don't know. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already got a reputation of, you know, people thinking he's not a good in-ring wrestler, and the gimmick is the spooky stuff is, you know, outdated and overplayed, you know.
Who would
Yeah.
ever say such a thing?
Who would ever say such a
I don't.
thing?
I don't know anyone who would say
Can we
that.
just get Lashley versus Uncle Howdy? And then Uncle Howdy's unmasked. And it's actually Bray Wyatt. That'd be something for you, right? It'd be like when Diesel opened the casket and he saw himself in there. You're like, what the hell? Just like, this makes no sense. Apparently the Monster Factory is going to be getting a little 6 episode docuseries on Apple TV. Monster Factory is a training school in Paulsboro, New Jersey. When I was working with GSW, they filmed a lot of those matches that I called there. So Monster Factory holds a nice little place in my heart. Are you ready for some of the alumni? Are you ready?
Is this the school that Brian Myers runs, or is this a different one?
No, Brian Myers runs is it Creative Pro? Not Creative Pro, it's something else. But so some of the alumni: Balls Mahoney, Bam Bam
Or
Bigelow,
Mahoney?
Mahoney, yeah.
Call it a hootie wootie.
Yeah. Like I said, Balls Mahoney, Bam Bam Bigelow, Big Show, Chris Candido, D'Lo Brown, Gilbert, The Godfather, Sheamus, Tatanka, Sanjay Dutt, and hey, get this, QT Marshall.
Oof, saving the best for last.
Yes. Oh, Matt Riddle was there too. Yeah. So look, I'm down to see this new little docu series. Should be fun. Inside the ring, apparently David Finlay is now the new leader of Bullet Club, given what happened at that New Japan show in San Jose, and attacking Jay White. And also, Bianca Belair has now become the longest reigning champion in WWE ever, the longest reigning black champion in WWE ever. She just surpassed MVP's 343-day run that he had when he was the United States champion. So congrats to Bianca Belair. You can expect to hear her on the upcoming Black Power ranking.
Cool, good for her.
Congratulations, Bianca.
Yes. Let's hit the fan mail. Let's hit that. We've talked a lot about a lot of things already, but we're not done. We're not done, guys. We're not done.
Haven't even started yet.
Haven't even started yet. That's right. Who do you 420?
Who do you?
Mates, can Cody do it? His promo Monday might have been his best since the one he cut the Raw after Mania last year. Can he do the unthinkable and beat Roman Reigns? Well, Roman, as of right now, 927 days currently as of today. I don't know, man. I don't know. We could be looking at another WrestleMania where Roman just wins again. Because he's so close to 1,000 days. He's so close. 1,000 days is what the day of the King and Queen of the Ring.
Oh, God, you know, oh, man, I don't think anyone would ever watch WWE again if Cody didn't win.
No, I don't think that. Because, I mean,
Brandon, that's a low blow to the fans, right? Like
I'm not sure, because last week I said that with how hot Roman is and the way he's carrying himself, I am not 100% sold personally if I would go with Cody Rhodes to beat Roman, just because I think you got a good thing going. And I know if you wait too long for something perfect to come around, you might, pass up your best option. But Cody did have a very good promo on Raw. We'll talk more about it later, but I still kind of lean towards keeping it on Roman. And
I
Cody isn't exactly a CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, if he loses, we riot type reaction. Like that was Sammy in Montreal. More than that.
But they didn't riot in Montreal. They were just quiet.
Heartbroken.
Yes.
Devastated. Flabbergasted.
For Cody, I feel like, you can really, he can fight his way back. Because Cody's so good on the mic to where he could tell the story of where I was unsuccessful last time. That will not be the case this time type deal. You know what I mean? And then Roman could probably feud with somebody else in the meantime. Like maybe get Cody to SummerSlam. Maybe get Cody to SummerSlam.
Oh man,
let me go.
That's tough.
Let me go to the other fan mail real quick.
That's it. I'm making Cody beat Roman at WrestleMania
on the game. Oh my God, you're okay. Dan, AEW was awesome tonight. Felt like the days of old, which is weird to say considering the company isn't that old. We'll talk about AEW once we get over that. Let me go over to the Instagram DMs for Mr. X, the Hall of Famer.
Mr. X, shout out.
Ray couldn't even get Dominic an M Series BMW for his 16th birthday. Not cool. How do you think they'll set up MJF's next opponent? A triple threat between Darby, Jungle Boy, and Sammy, or have the fatal four-way with Max thrown in the mix? I don't know. We'll talk about that once we get to Dynamite. Does anyone know what really is going on with Bray now? I hope it's nothing serious. We basically just talked about that. And then he also says, well, as I hinted to it last week, the Eddie Guerrero jacket from Nerds Clothing is now available for pre-order now at Pro Wrestling Tees. It was truly an honor to provide work for this, to pay tribute and homage to the legend that is Eddie Guerrero. I've seen it. Have you guys seen that jacket that he helped design?
It looks amazing.
Bruh.
I love the sleeves.
And Brightest Day X is him. He is him.
I love the sleeves.
Bruh. Bruh, man. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to buy that. I'm gonna have to buy that one.
Him, Brightest Day X.
Ooh.
Damn.
Hey, and Brightest Day X, you listening, brother? You might have to be him, Brightest Day X, for a little bit. Come on. I'm gonna need you to make him Brightest Day X shirts so we can buy them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. I love it.
You're free to use that as your new Twitter tag if you want, Mr. X.
Yes. But him Brightest Day X, we appreciate you, bro. You do the great work. Thank you for all you do for us. For real. Moving on from that, let's go over to Raw. Cody defeats LA Knight. Yeah. I just like doing that. Yeah. And then Cody cuts, that promo where he says he thought he was a prince in this industry. And, he talks about how a Rhodes is in the main event and a Rhodes will become the undisputed champion of the world.
He says he doesn't act the way he acts and look the way he looks because he thinks he's somebody. He does it because he wants to be somebody.
Hey, it's the classic dress for the job you want, not the job you, or dress for the job you want, not the job you have. He's a professional wrestler, sure, but he wants to be the professional wrestler. He wants to be the guy. He wants to be the top of the food chain. He wants to be the world champion. It's that simple, guys. Love it.
This is an important WrestleMania main event, you guys.
Cody's been, on all the press. He keeps saying it's one of the biggest WrestleMania of all time. It might be.
I can't.
It might be.
I can't tweet. I can't do nothing. This match is important.
The most dominant champion we've had of our generation. And sure, we had Punk for 434. We lived through Triple H's quote unquote reign of terror. We lived through Batista 280 days as champion, Cena's run as champion. This is the most important championship reign there has been in quite some time. Multiple plus years, almost 1,000 days as the top guy in this industry. Going up against
his match with Sammy also just made me feel like, all right, he still can bring it, right? He's still the trash talking, beat you down. I can't wait to see that energy that he brings at WrestleMania. And that's, I mean, how many WrestleMania opponents like Cody Rhodes has he had?
Well, none in the compelling way. Like you had the Edge and Daniel Bryan, he stacked.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, sure, but he stacked them. You know, he beat Brock. You know, he's gone war to with Triple H at WrestleMania. You know, he had the thing with Drew. You know, this is special, man.
Would we have this is a sidebar question? Would we? Was it a blessing in disguise in a way for the pandemic to happen and match with Goldberg to not happen?
I'm glad you were talking about this. I just listened to Cheap Heat and they were talking about the exact same thing.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, somebody wrote into their show.
Yeah, thank God we got a global pandemic, so we didn't have a Roman Reigns Goldberg match. I agree.
No. But basically, the person that wrote
thank God a million people died.
No. Listen. No. Let me say this. The guy wrote in and said that he was at WrestleMania 32 for Triple H and Roman, and he said it put him to sleep, basically, and that he can't unsee that version of Roman. And if the Goldberg match had actually happened, it probably would have killed his career in a way.
Yeah.
But I will say this. Given what happened with the pandemic was a blessing in disguise in a way for Roman, because he was able to go away. No. Hear me out. He was able to go away. We kind of missed him. He showed back up, and for there not to be fans there for that period of time, he turned the character into what it was, into what it could truly be. It was that classic like early 90s WWE booking. We are going to do what we want, regardless of what the fans think, and they could do that.
You mean late 2010s? I mean, the Roman Reigns pushed his entire career?
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like the 90s where they really just did whatever.
Oh, you mean when Roman Reigns kept winning every single WrestleMania match and was
he didn't keep winning every single WrestleMania match. He lost at 31. He lost at 34.
Well, he was in every WrestleMania main event match.
He wasn't WrestleMania. Okay, let's see. 35 wasn't a main event.
Which one's 35? They all went together.
Drew McIntyre when he came back from.
But we're just going to ignore 31 and 32 and 33 and 34.
Well, 31 he didn't even win. He Seth Rollins cashed in. But 32 he won.
He was in the main event.
33 he did the thing with the Undertaker. But here's the thing.
Roman we're just going to skip past 32, which is arguably one of the worst WrestleMania main event matches of all time.
I just said Triple H. But here's the thing. The point is Roman has been over the whole time. Roman's been over the whole time.
Oh, yes. He's been over the entire time. We're just going to ignore 2014 to 20.
What it means to be over is if they are making noise and you're making money. They were making noise regardless if it was
business has continually gone down over the past 20 years, and then now in 2022 it's gone up.
No, you have to read Brian Goward's book. You have to read this book.
Why do I have to read his book?
Because this is what I'm saying. I'm getting this from his book. Okay. He was in the business. Like, guys, we do this podcast. We don't know shit. If you think you know this business, you don't know shit. That is basically it. He knows the business because he was in it. He wrote the stories that we love.
And Phillip does commentary, so only listen to what he's saying.
No, I'm saying this. Basically the point of being over is if they make noise and if you are making money. Roman, they made noise for him, whether it was cheers or boos. It was mainly boos. It was a lot of boos. A lot of boos, really. But he was making money. So he was over.
Was he making money or was the company making money because of giant TV rights and,
he was making money. Look at this. Bro. People were wearing those vests and the one glove. There's
a difference between making money and drawing money.
Okay, we're talking about making money. He was making money. The merch sales.
And as I said, there's a difference between making money and drawing money.
He's drawing money now.
Now I didn't. We weren't talking about now. We're talking about.
We were never talking about drawing. We were talking about being over. We were talking about
if
being
over. If you're over, you draw money.
Okay, bro. Fandango was over. Was he drawing money?
Well, I mean, those iTunes,
Val Venus was like over. Was he drawing money?
No, but he was on the card. But they were on the card with Stone Cold and The Rock, who are arguably the two most successful acts in pro wrestling history.
Oh, okay. My point
is, because they were so over that everything else around him was so hot, even though the undercard of the Attitude Era was honestly kind of crap.
You can be over and not draw. That's what I'm saying. That's what that whole little thing is. The point.
But we're also talking about mid-carders, and Roman Reigns is the main eventer.
Yes, the point is.
You see him backpedaling. I think he needs to get new shoes because his heels are wearing out.
Nobody's backpedaling on shit. The point is, the COVID pandemic was a blessing in disguise for the Roman Reigns character. He was able to go away, come back, start this new character, and they were able to present it the way that they wanted because there were no fans in attendance to hark on it or anything like that. And then once he got in front of a crowd, he was able to truly work and show that he is a master of this craft. Hence why he has gone from WrestleMania to another WrestleMania in the main event, walking and possibly could walk out the champion yet again. The biggest draw they've had in quite some time, the biggest heel they've had in quite some time, the longest reigning champion they've had in quite some time, going up against their top babyface, a guy that felt like he wasn't given the just due there left and became probably the biggest star outside of the company. That's what all this is about. This is a mega match. That's what all this is about.
It is. It's huge.
Or you could have just listened to me back when we started doing this podcast, and I said, "Turn Roman Reigns heel, and a lot of your problems should be solved." But they just had to wait till 2020.
When did you say that?
I checked the tape. I will go to any random pre-2019 Bulletcast, and I probably said it.
I need to hear it. I need to hear it right now.
Well, I don't got the Bulletcast backlogs.
It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
Okay, fine.
It's on YouTube. Who's backpedaling now? God damn it!
I think Phillip is just angry because I just cooked him.
You didn't cook shit. I will cook you like a filet mignon. Don't ever say
Gordon
that to
Ramsay'd your ass. All right, so just
you
calm
didn't
down.
You're maybe a Paula Dean.
So I meant to
Ramsay. How dare you?
I do love butter.
What I meant to say about the pandemic was WWE having to shut WrestleMania down that year because of the pandemic was a blessing for Roman Reigns because he didn't have to wrestle Goldberg and he was able to stay home and then return and just turn himself and really his character into the master boss. I mean, listen to the music, this theme.
Yes.
It's like master boss music.
And then the Goldberg match happened.
True, but it happened in the form of Roman was already reshaped.
Yeah, yes. Roman has truly turned himself into something special.
Smashed them, stacked them, pinned them, got him out of here.
Smash them, stack them, pin them.
I just don't know if I'm going to be able to deal with Roman Reigns standing tall. And I love Roman Reigns, but man, I love Cody.
Could you imagine that image? Roman Reigns standing over. I think there's going to be blood. I think
so.
Triple H, what did he do most of his career? Spill blood.
Cody or Roman?
Cody, the bleached blonde hair. Could you imagine Roman Reigns standing over Cody Rhodes, a bloody mess? Could you imagine that? Holding those championships up.
No. We can't have that.
Bro, honestly,
Cody.
Let Cody let him like go away for a month and then try to find a way to get back to the title. Let him enter the Money in the Bank and try to do it that way.
No, I want to hear that at the end. That music's still got to be playing when they're taking the set down. He's got to be kissing babies and shaking hands, bloodied face and all. I want to hear it loop. I want to keep hearing it loop.
Basically, you want what the ending of or when he won the NWA title at All In. Basically,
yes,
that with his fight camp and Pharaoh and Brandy and DDP and Glacier. Can we get Glacier? Is that possible?
Yes.
Oh man, let's continue. Speaking of the bloodline, Solo and the Usos destroy KO. Solo Sikoa remains undefeated. Love it.
They had that boy Kevin Owens spitting up in the ring.
Yeah,
my boy's yakking.
Yeah, because he was getting that work put in by the bloodline. They went backstage to Gorilla. I'm like, oh my god, are we gonna see Hunter with the glasses on,
or Vince with the mustache?
Are we gonna see mustache Vince?
Has there been any word that he's been backstage for all these other shows?
I think that was
right?
the first time. That was the first time.
Just that once. Because everyone's acting like Vince is just back there every show now. Like, guys.
Apparently, he looks like Burt Reynolds with the stash. I'm a fan. Brock and Omos have a segment that the physicality did not go as planned, but
That just messed up a little bit.
They had one thing to do when they messed it up. Now, that being said, it's a very hard spot to pull off, walking backwards, trying to go over the rope and all that stuff. But it might be an omen. An Omos.
Come to Oasis. We'll teach you how to do it.
Okay, hold on. No. They executed the handshake, right? They got that visual down. They executed the stare down. They even executed Brock Lesnar trying to take him to Suplex City. That didn't work.
So people are saying that the moment is him F5ing Omos.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Is that the WrestleMania moment?
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine? What if Brock did a stalling suplex on Omos? What if he has him up for a stalling suplex, walks back to the rope, and then walks back in, and then Omos lands on his feet and picks up Brock for a suplex? That'd be a spectacle within itself. I mean, these are world-class athletes. I think this can happen. I think things we're going to see feats of agility and athleticism we've never seen before from Omos and Brock Lesnar.
Honestly, have Brock F5 Omos and then replace. Do they have Hogan and Andre in the signature?
Probably. I assume so.
Replace it.
It's them looking at each other.
Yeah.
Oh, he slammed him. He slammed him in front of
Here's my
80,000.
problem. Real quick, here's my problem with this match and what the purpose of it, right? It's for the moment, the WrestleMania moment. But in order for it to be a moment, that means Corey and Michael Cole are gonna have to work. They're gonna have to sell it, deliver it, right? Give us those sound bites that we all love.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Billy in the building. Bill do it. You know what I'm saying?
I'll do it. He slammed that 8 foot, 480-pound giant. Oh man, let's go to AEW. So MJF had his Re-Bar Mitzvah.
His face is messed up.
His face is. Darby Allin told him he looked like shit. This was great, man. This was fun. They were bar mitzvahing it up, and the dancing and the women, then Jungle Boy, and then Sammy Guevara, then Darby Allin, and oh god, this was great. Sammy talked about how he was supposed to be Jericho's bump guy and job guy and all that other stuff. Darby talks about how he left film school to become a professional wrestler. Jungle Boy is like, MJF, you haven't even been on, you don't go on Dark. You haven't even been on Rampage. And I was like, oh damn, that's kind of sad. Everybody's been on Rampage. Punk was even on Rampage.
MJF's never been on Rampage?
Never. He's never been on Rampage, no.
Wow.
Yeah. Punk was even on Rampage. Jesus.
They got to put that guy on Rampage.
Yeah, maybe he'll get some views. Yeah. And then, they all want a title shot. And then MJF, he just cooked all of them. He said they were all in daddy daycare. He said, Sammy, in 9 months, you're going to propose to another girl. I was like, oh, man, this was good. Brandon, what are your thoughts? Darby Allin was cooking. Talk about people complaining. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, I thought MJF and Darby Allin were kind of the stars of this segment. I know Darby doesn't really talk all that often. And he came across. I thought he had a really good showing. The crowd was hot for him. He had, I think, by far the biggest reaction out of the three, and mainly between him and Jungle Boy because Sammy's a heel, so it's kind of weird for him just to be there in general. But I kind of did like the idea of Darby Allin going up against MJF in a singles match. So maybe they hold off on that if we do get a multi-man match. But I think for Double or Nothing, which is kind of their biggest show of the year, I think it would be better if they just had a singles match. And if it has to be out of those three, I definitely think it should be Darby Allin just based on the reaction.
It was great, man. And Jungle Boy said he wrestled MJF 3 years ago, and then he was relegated to Dark for the rest of 2020. I was like, damn. Man was telling the truth. This was fantastic. I loved all of this. MJF, you see the wounds of the Iron Man match. It was great. But that boy Darby Allin was cooking.
It was cooking. It was a little awkward. It's
But he
weird
was
seeing him
cook like that.
Yeah.
That's actually cooking, Brandon. Not what you just did. That wasn't cooking.
Whoa.
The burner wasn't even hot.
I mean, we'll let the people decide.
We can let the people decide. You got me Mashugana up in this bitch, man. Shout out to the Jew. Shout out to the JWO, blood. Yeah, I don't know what you think this
great
is.
band. Great band. Saw them at Aftershock one
I
time.
don't know what you think this is, bro. House of Black retained in a, you know what, just to piss Brandon off. Banger. Banger, banger, banger.
Well, I'm not just going to talk loud and just, be like, oh my gosh. I'm just, that's, if you want to say that word, this is America, Phillip. You talk and say whatever words you want.
Yeah. 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 No, but for real, this match was great. This was fun. This was a lot of fun. I loved every bit of this. Oh my god, it was fantastic. What are your thoughts on the match before we talk about what happened after?
It was exactly what I thought it was going to be. Just spot. Doesn't make any sense. And the ending, oh my god, the ending was so stupid. I am usually not someone to pay attention to pins and who's legal and who's not, but I mean, that was by far the obvious, not the legal person I've ever seen in my entire life. I had to go back and rewatch it.
Guevara got pinned, right? Or is it just Garcia?
Garcia got pinned. Jericho gets a pin, gets out, gets kicked in the head, just falls out of the ring, nowhere near the corner, and then Garcia just runs in, takes the 3 finishers, and gets pinned.
The Dante's Inferno, which I like that name. I'm a fan of that. House of Black, are they them? Are they them? Is House of Black them? Are they the first group to get the moniker of them? They might be. But I didn't know who was legal or not. I didn't know if AEW paid attention to that. Random thought. What happened to their ranking system?
Well, luckily it went away because they were not blind to it. They were not updating it. It made no sense. They were loading up on Dark Winds.
Yeah, they were, huh?
I think that's probably where it went wrong, was the AEW Dark and Dark Elevation wins and losses.
They were just beating the local talent. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Fuego del Sol should be the number 1 contender for the world title. He has like 45 wins on Dark Elevation. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. But then the ending segment. Oh, man. No, man. Brandon, tell us what happened. I can't even hear you.
Well, that's because I have my microphone muted because I got dogs in the background, and I know you get triggered when you hear dogs, so I'm trying to help out you, Phillip.
They make me Mashugana too.
Anyways, so earlier in the night, we had the 6-man tag match, and we get some chicanery out in the back, and they keep fighting forever, and it spills out into the ring, and we have Hangman Page standing up to the BCC, which is still a thing, even though the guy from Blackpool's not there anymore. And then we get the Elite backing up Hangman, and the BCC back down, but Hangman doesn't know what's going on. And then right as he fades to black, he turns around, and we got, it should have been Tony Schiavone, but it was actually Excalibur saying, "Oh, what's going on?" They didn't say tune in next week, but that's where Tony Schiavone should have came in. We read at a time. Tune in next week.
We'll see you later. Tune in next week. Yeah, that's what we should have gotten. Trying to give us that prime Tony Schiavone like closing of Nitro when chaos is happening.
Wait a minute. It's Sting. Sting is here. He wants Hogan. Oh my God, we're running out of time. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week. And then you hear Heenan in the background. Get him, damn it. Get him. Go, get him.
Sting's on a zip line going like 3 miles an hour, approaching Hogan. Hogan's just standing there like an idiot.
Bro, you know what's my favorite Heenan bit, or not even a bit, my favorite thing from Heenan that happened on WCW? When Brian Pillman is behind Heenan and he's like, "You doing?" And he takes off his headset and walks away. It's my favorite Bobby Heenan thing. Oh man, but the Elite are probably back together. I know people are crying, grown men are crying. This is something. This was something, as the kids say. I like it. I'm down.
Congratulations to
So
the Elite.
Blood and Guts, the Elite versus BCC. John Moxley is going to bleed more than he has bled ever.
The streets are saying it's going to be the Outcasts versus
the Outcasts.
Wasn't
there already an Outcast group? Not the musical group, but
I think so.
Wait a minute. It was Adam Rose, Curtis Axel, Bo Dallas.
It was, yeah.
And Heath Slater, the social outcast. That's social right.
Outcast.
You see, that's that prime 2016 WWE knowledge, baby. Come on.
When Roman Reigns definitely wasn't getting pushed down people's throats.
Absolutely not.
He was making so much money.
He was making a ton of money. Check the revenue, bro. Check the merchandise.
Yeah, check the revenue. It's all coming from the network and from TV rights.
Brandon, them spider shirts was super flaming hot.
Yep.
They were, bro.
Everybody. The whole crowd was filled with vests.
They were. See, y'all don't be paying attention when you go to these shows. I look.
One time I sat next to someone full Roman Reigns cosplay. That means Roman Reigns is over and he's such a draw because one person did that.
No, that's not what that means. You sound stupid.
Yeah, I mean that's almost like what you were saying.
No, that's not what I was saying.
A lot of women loved Roman back in 2015, though.
Women love Roman Reigns in general.
But I'm saying, like, I can remember. Excuse me, these red vines are.
Red vines are hitting. They're hitting right now. Yes. The vines are hitting.
I can remember. Like when he lost, when Seth cashed in, this one specific lady was so sad. She was like in tears.
Oh yeah,
over Roman Reigns not winning.
See, that's called being over, brother. Called being over, brother.
She was one of the 5 people who weren't losing their minds and cheering that Roman Reigns didn't win.
I don't understand why there was ever hate for this man.
That place exploded when Seth's music hit.
I mean, sure, I was happy for Seth, but I was like, I feel bad for Roman. I was one of those people. Because I care. I
think
care.
of the children.
Moving on from that, Ty Valkyrie's apparently all elite now. Congratulations.
Shout out to Jay. What's his name? Josiah Williams.
He did
her theme.
Okay, yeah.
They shot a little video too that he posted on Twitter.
I'm about to see that. I'm about to hit up Josiah. I had hit him up back in the day to do some Bulletcast theme song, but we had Montezi. Shout out Montezi. Future Bulletcast Hall of Famer coming soon. I hope. Possibly, maybe. Orange Cassidy retains. I'm kind of disappointed. I wanted Jeff Jarrett to win.
The first ever all international champion.
The first
history
ever
in the mix.
AEW international.
I don't know if you guys could tell on Dynamite, but Shazam comes out this Friday.
Who cares? I want to go watch the new Scream.
Sorry, Shazam! Fury of the Gods.
I want to go watch the new Scream.
I do too.
You want to go see the new Scream?
Yeah, I got.
Shout out Jenna Ortega.
I got like 9 free movie credits. So if you guys ever want to see a movie, let me know.
Let's go, bro. Because I've been rewatching the Screams. We're just talking about everything now at this point. It's not even wrestling anymore. I've been rewatching the Screams. I just rewatched 3 because I've always felt like 3 was the worst out of the film series. I have a new appreciation for 3 now. Just because every other movie, it's been 2 killers. It was just one, and it was her brother. I was like, this
spoiler alert.
Have you never seen Scream 3? It came out 23 years ago.
I was going to get around to it.
Anyway, yeah. But I had a new appreciation for him, the way he constructed this whole thing. I was like, I like that. QTV happened. Brandon, what happened?
Well, QTV is apparently the TMZ spinoff or something or another. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the hell this was. Once again, we got those, edgy insider comments, and apparently the car break-in was all a work, and it ended up being Solo, or what's the name? Aaron Solo. Solo.
You can see him at you can see him at Bay Area Beatdown this Saturday at BTW.
And there was him, QT, who's the blonde girl? I don't know.
She's the chick that sang the the Inspirations theme song. Yeah.
No,
I
of
forget
course,
how-
yes.
Really?
How could I forget?
Yeah. You remember that music video they shot and filmed?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the-
of course. Yeah,
I mean, how could you forget? Honestly,
I don't know. That's on me. Hand up.
you're tripping. You're watching too much of that baseball stuff. Too much of that basketball stuff.
Why wasn't Sean Spears on this show?
Where is Sean Spears?
He's been a daddy.
Where is the chairman?
He's got to take that. He's got to take that year paternity leave.
But he
Then the ropes knows.
he kind of put a little question mark on Twitter a couple days ago, like, why isn't he basically like, why isn't he on the why? He's from Canada.
Why?
Huh?
I know, right?
Why?
Why? Why?
Hey, you know what's hilarious? I was just talking about that last night too. It's like deja vu, guys. I love it. All
We're talking
right.
about why?
Why? What the hell? All right. We're gonna move on from all that. We've got some wrestling happening in the Bay Area this weekend. So, March 18th this Saturday, Bay Area beatdown at BTW. Doors are at 6. Bell time is at 7. Come see all your favorites. You got Levi Shapiro versus Truex. You got Aaron Solo versus Big Fonz. Cal Jack versus Sir Samurai. Dominic Textera versus Eddie Cuervo versus Brett the Threat. My dog. Love Brett the Threat. You got the Freaks defending their BTW tag titles against the world's freshest tag team. Colt Cabana versus Kaka Meng. And Viva Van defends the BTW women's title against Willow Nightingale. Not only that, SPW, If You Want Blood is happening. You can see stars such as Colt Cabana, Sir Samurai. I believe Midnight Heat will be in action. You can see Bobby Callahan versus Guapo Lupe. And my dog, Juicy Finale, challenges Jekyll's for the SPW heavyweight title. You don't want to miss it. Also, PPW in Petaluma, they got some they got a show on Friday. Go check that out. They got some cool stuff. They got Sanders versus Alex Ace. They got Kenny K defending the cruiserweight title against Midas Creed, like I said. And then I think the main event is Brett the Threat versus Cal Jack for the PPW heavyweight title. So go check out all the wrestling that's happening in the Bay Area this weekend, or in NorCal. It's a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much. You guys already know where to find us. Stay clean, stay strong, stay safe. Be safe and stay dangerous. Yes.
Elite podcasting, we are the Bullet Cast now, feel us. The Bullet Cast now, feel us. Elite podcasting, no, we are